Someone, guys. I hate what I'm about to do, and I don't like when I'm put in a space or a position to defend other races. So yesterday I did a video on the whole saga around the open chat podcast and their comments around colored people and Gates and Mackenzie, la 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 la. And I've been in so many debates. Let's call it debates, just because it's fucking arguments and it's just pissing me off. Around colored community, white people, Indian people, racism, la 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 la. And I think ngempela sometimes as teen, we need to call ourselves to order. Really. Like, oh my God, people don't like black people. Oh my God. Do Indian people don't like black. You don't like black people, Mtomnyama. You don't. We act all shocked as if like we don't know why they don't like us. Every time we act shocked that they don't like us. I can just imagine the colored community being in an uproar wherever they may be at this opens chat, what. It makes sense because they feel like what those guys said were out of pocket. Okay, sharp. Great. Benson thinks Uguti those guys just need to apologize. Benson thinks Uguti those guys shouldn't be cancelled. Benson thinks that this is a learning opportunity. Benson thinks Uguti politicians that are jumping on this thing are just doing politician type of shit. I'm not interested. But Tina, we shocked? Why are we shocked that the colored community is going to react how they're reacting? Why? Oh, and colored people are so racist. Okay, let's say the ones that you know are racist. Do you know why? Yeah, but white people and Indian people are racist. Do you know why they're racist? Do you know why they don't like black people? Guys, we can break it down however we want to break it down. We can make excuse after excuse after excuse. You know full well, Uguti, the middle class black is doing everything in their power to go as close to whiteness as humanly possible. We are just walking around with black skin. Abani, or black like me, or love you. There is a whole industry of relaxing nwele. We relax so that it looks as close to whiteness as possible. A whole industry of a wig, nama weave, so that Osisbetu can look as close to them as possible. There's a whole industry of abantu abatengo lemon light, no ponzi, and they bleach their skins. Why do they do this? Explain, Mtomnyama. Why do we do this? Why? Because we're conditioned. Because we don't love our black skins. We don't love our black culture. That's why we want to be having the lobsters and the caviars, and that's why we want to go into their schools. Oh, if my child can go to St. Banbani and Banban College. That's why we play their sport and dress in their clothes. We're trying to assimilate to them. And Tina, as black people, we are furthest back. We are the furthest back. So again, it goes us, number last, Makalati, Mandia, white people. We are the losers. And nobody wants to be a loser. So what has the generation done? What has the black community done? They've tried to move as close to white as possible. Because that's perceived success in this world that we live in. It is. You can take Onganaspani or Spani petrol, whatever the case may be. Give him some cash. Give him some cash. Give him 20,000 rand. See if he doesn't try and get a rental property in a more whiter space. Whether it's white, not necessarily color, but in terms of the stores, the behavior, the the way in which people speak. Give him more cash. Give him 50K a month. Give him 100,000 rand a month. See the spaces that he lives in now. In his complex. In his complex. See where he sends his kids. See the woman that he's now with. He will try his best to find the lightest girl with the straightest hair, whether it is weave, wig, whatever. He will try and find that. And you guys know this to be true. And again, you can justify it however you want to justify. Now I'm a victim of conditioning. Let me not try and say, good, now I'm Team Amanda. No, I'm also a victim of conditioning. But I'm not blind to the fact why people don't like us as black people. I'm not blind to that. Because I know for a fact, or Sisbetu, if you ask your average black sister, if she had a choice and she's walking alone in the street, and if she had a choice to walk and there's one black person walking down, black male, or choose if it's one white male walking down, who she would pick. Who she would pick. And again, you can talk about stereotypes, you can talk about poverty, you can talk about apartheid. Those are just explanations, or for some people, excuses. Ask your average black sister, if she's walking alone at night, would she A, want to walk around in a black neighborhood late at night, or B, in a white neighborhood at night? I'll wait. Guys, it is what it is. It is what it is. We want to play their rugbies and their crickets. You want to play their golfs. Hey, I've just got myself a 9 iron. I want to... The reason why you guys are now posting in on Mondays is because now it's fashionable, it's cool. You've had the whitest blacks in our world make that cool again. That's why you fuck with it. But when it was the blackest blacks eating in Namaznan, it wasn't cool. Because now it's associated with winners. When our sisters saw Cardi B chowing in chicken feet, when our sisters saw that person that they identify as a winner with straight hair and light skin do that, guess what? They said it was cool. Or Beyonce been having straight hair and light skinned. That's why she was the leader of the group. The darker skin goes at the back. Sisters understand colorism in this world. Sisters know this. Black females understand that the lighter your skin is, the more privilege you have. They understand that because they felt the pain of being a darker skinned lady. Because as a darker skinned lady, you need to go above and beyond. What the fuck does that even mean? Because you're not meant to be pretty as a black lady or a darker skinned lady? You guys are shocked at why other races don't like us when we don't like us. For those philosophers around there, you guys need to read a book by Frantz Fanon called Black Skins, White Masks. That's the book that Steve Biko draws so much inspiration when he wrote I Write What I Like in his book. And he speaks about that. And Frantz Fanon speaks about our sisters straightening in their hair. And you'll hear our sisters saying, oh, it's so much easier to maintain when you have... Our sisters will go to a salon and but look straight back. But look straight back. But you're telling you weave. By geze, by ayine, bathathi glue, by fage, by pende nayo, leo weave, by pende. They will go through all of that because she just doesn't want to just have her natural hair. It's so much work. Why ngahambanga clean it, look straight back? They will justify it. They will bleach their hair. They will do this. They will do that. They will do all these type of things because we want to get closer to them. We want to drive their cars. We want to speak like this. And I've seen it in the Indian community. When Indian people start popping, they start taking their kids out of the Indian schools and they move them to your white schools. I've seen them. I've seen Indian guys. Oh, no, I want to kiss. I want to JP. I've seen them. Oh, my son plays rugby. I've seen them. I work with them. They don't want to have the stereotypical Indian accent. No. Because they understand the closer they are to whiteness, perceived success, the better. Colored people, the colorism in colored communities. Colored people judge each other hard on skin tone and hair texture. They do. If you know colored people and you are a colored person, you know that in colored communities, the straighter your hair is, naturally, the lighter skinned you are, the better. We know in our spaces, the type of English that you speak. The type of English that you speak, it speaks volumes. No pun intended. Guys, we keep getting shocked with things that are so obvious. I don't know if people just don't want to introspect. I don't know if people don't want to open their eyes. But we'll never fix society if we're still acting like we're blind and we can't see. How will we fix? How will we fix this? How will we change the status quo? How will we start embracing our own things, whatever they may be? If we are not identifying and saying, hey, I get it, I'm a victim of conditioning, that's why I listen to John Mayer instead of listening to Uprenda Fas. Oh, I get it, that's why when I go here, I want my steak done medium rare, verse me. Identify, be honest, say, the white culture came, they dominated us, they won, and therefore history always leans the way of the winner. The reason why I don't support Bafana is because they are losers. The reason why I support Springboks is because they are winners. And I want to adjust and support winners. No one goes to the English Premier League and say, "What's the last team in the league? I support that." No, I don't want to be seen as a loser. So whatever culture might be seen as the loser culture, whatever practice that might be seen as the loser practice, I don't associate. So as a black person, I'll come to Joburg and I'll learn Ukhuluma Zulu, because it's seeming that isiZulu in a space like this is a stronger culture than it is for me to be Tsonga, where people have negative stereotypes about us. Or I would rather, if I'm in Eastern Cape, I would rather figure out how to speak Xhosa because there's a dominant, stronger black culture. Whatever the case may be, that is the winners and perceived success in that space. But let's not act blind, guys. Let's not act blind. Let's accept that we've been conditioned. Let's accept that whether it is past pain, whether it is generational, let's accept and say, this is where we are. Where would we like to go now? It's like accepting that you're in debt. It's accepting a breakup. Okay, this is where I am. I've broken up. She's dumped me. This is where I am. Where would you like to be? I'd like to be there. Okay, what are the steps required so that we can get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's work to get there. Let's work as a black community to really love all shades of blackness without pretending. Let's learn to love our hair, the different textures, without pretending. Let's learn to love the different languages and not judge and say, yo, Xhosa people are like this, yo, Venda people are like this. Let's learn to love all the quirks that every single subculture has. Let's learn to love that and embrace that. Let's really work on us. All the negativity that we have put on ourselves, let's work to fix that. All the negativity that past pain has dropped on our shoulders, let's work on that. Let's become the winners that we were born to become. And once we become the winners, then all of a sudden we'll start watching other cultures try and become like us. And then we will stand on the hill and say, yeah, blackness, let's hear you roar. Anyway, guys, that's just my own little passion about this. I'm not promoting, condoning any sort of racism, colorism, culturalism, tribalism, Buddhism. I'm not on that tip. Again, as I've said many, many times, I'm all about the community. I'm like, how can we work together? How can I help X and Y so that all of us can grow and become better versions of ourselves? I'm not trying to separate people. No. I benefit from everyone. I love everyone who loves me. I respect everyone who respects me. So it's not even about that type of energy. I'm not that guy. Give me 0, ma'am. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you agree, disagree. Tell me your views and how you see things. Like, subscribe, do all those amazing things. But guys, have yourselves a fantastic day. I'm out.